For years, I've worked as a facilitator and coach. In many of the coaching conversations I've had in this time, one thing I've often said is that if you're working from home and also have children with you, it's near impossible to stay focused on the job unless you have a separate and dedicated carer. Staying engaged, motivated, and focused when you're working remotely is hard enough as it is. When we layer in the complexity of trying to simultaneously undertake a workday while also caring for children and supervising their learning or schooling, it becomes what seems like an overwhelming and insurmountable task. No wonder so many parents are freaking out over the closure of schools.
Because of coronavirus, you are going to be quarantined, but you have a choice. Do you A, quarantine with your wife and child, or B?
How on earth are you supposed to get anything done if the kids are home, wreaking havoc, making noise, and constantly interrupting you? If the steady rise in memes like these are anything to go by, these fears and frustrations are very real for parents as COVID-19 bounds across the globe. Under the current circumstances, however, anyone with children in their care is likely to face this challenge, and by no means is it a small one. My own transition to this world has not been smooth sailing. Despite my best intentions, I've found myself overwhelmed, stretched, frustrated, and deflated as I've struggled through a day working at home while trying to school 3 children at the same time. I can't really describe the tension headache that slowly grows through the day, seemingly intensifying with the number of interruptions. From someone who doesn't multitask and in fact actively advocates that you should not multitask, I've found myself struggling to actually stay on task or get anything done in a single sitting. By 6 p.m, I find myself madly scrambling to send emails, wrap things up that I've been trying to get done all day long. And yes, a glass of wine can be a welcome relief before I turn my attention to the task of preparing dinner. Since the kids have come into the equation, the days working at home seem to blur into one long muddle, starting as early as 5 a.m and sometimes not finishing till midnight. This is entirely unsustainable, and not just from a productivity and effectiveness point of view. It's utterly untenable for our sense of sanity and well-being as parents. So what can we do to better navigate this new working model, one where home and work are entirely intertwined and kids and colleagues run side by side throughout our day? Well, the good news is there are definitely things we can do to try and make this work. While I'm sure there are loads more suggestions, here are 5 simple strategies we're playing with to help us manage working at home with the kids. We hope you find them useful too. They include things like finding the right headspace, setting a clear structure and routine, sharing the load, move, laugh and celebrate, and leveraging your drivers and understanding the drivers of your children too. This module contains further videos with more detailed tips and suggestions around each of these 5 strategies. You might want to watch all of them or just choose the topics that resonate most for you. In the end, much of what's unfolding is far outside our control. What we can control is our own thoughts, feelings, words and actions. What we can influence are the people around us. And all we can do is accept that which lies in our circle of concern. By no means is this an easy time for anyone. None of the tips here will change our situation or necessarily make it more pleasant, but it might help in some small way. The choice is yours. How will you choose to navigate this new world of working and parenting simultaneously while being isolated at home?